Konnichiwa. Hello, everyone. Here we are in Japan, finally, for the dream race. Super GT meets DTM. We have been waiting for this so long, and now finally we are here. And we're so excited to get some serious race action going. And the man who fought for this so hard is the DTM boss, Gerhard Berger. Gerhard, what does it mean to you to finally be here? I mean, we see all the people here. They're so enthusiastic, and it seems like everybody's just got a big smile on their face, and they all can't wait to get this dream race going.
Yeah, I have to say, even myself, to see all the different car manufacturers fighting for the pole position this morning was great. Everybody very close together, and then ending up with one GTA driver, Cassidy, in the front, but very close to one Audi driver, Duval, and so it's all quite well mixed up, and we have very, very difficult weather condition, unfortunately for the fans. It's not a great weather. It's raining hard yesterday. Today is kind of dry, wet, but it's going to be very interesting for the result of the race. So completely open. No clue who's going to win this race.
Well, that's good. It's going to be that way. Now, let me just ask you, I mean, in your Formula One career, you were here quite a few times. You won twice in Japan. So what do you think is it that makes the Japanese fans so super special? And tell us about the atmosphere here.
Well, you have a couple of centers on Earth where motorsport is very popular, and Japan is one of them. And then this combined with these Japanese fans, they are very disciplined. They are very loyal fans. You win, they are with you. You lose, they are still with you. But sometimes different in different countries, different cultures. And I remember well when I was racing in Japan and winning here in Japan, the following winter with minus 10 degrees in Austria home, I looked out from the window and I had Japanese people waiting in front of my house until I come out. So I am touched so much by this culture. I love to come here, I love to meet them, I love to see them.
So do we, and we know that we've got 100% support here. So thank you so much, Gerhard Berger, and now let's get the dream race going. So here's your commentator.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the chairman then of the DTM, Gerhard Berger, as Dave and Amy are here to bring you all the action of the dream race at last. It's no longer a dream, Amy, it's the real deal. We are here.
Yokoso to Fuji Speedway. It is happening, and we've dreamt about it so long, and we're finally here. It's amazing.
It is amazing, and what Gerhard was alluding to there is the absolute abject passion of the race fans that have packed into Fuji already. And you know, we saw the grandstands and the flags, and there is just so much excitement, and I'm loving it.
They're so passionate, the Japanese fans. I love it.
Now, this was a little bit earlier. Loic Duval on his way to the grid. Unfortunately, he'd done a brilliant job in qualifying, going from P2. Sadly, on an installation lap, he put it into the barriers, so regrettably Loic Duval will not be appearing on the grid, which is a great shame. But there we are, these things happen. He will come back even stronger tomorrow as we look at the car of Ronnie Quintarelli now, who was going from P4 on the grid, and he's going to be a danger man here, I would suggest.
Yes, I think so.
Nick Cassidy, of course, the man that put it on pole position. Loic Duval, P2. Let's hear from our DTM champion, René Rast.
I've got the DTM champ, René Rast, with me. And René, I mean, you've had a fantastic season, so we're not used to seeing you so far in the back. You're in P14, but one thing we know, at least from this season, is that you always have an ace down your sleeve. So can we count on that today?
I hope so. We are just talking about strategy. Obviously, with the weather, it's a bit unpredictable. You know, it's drizzling all the way a little bit. Sector 1 is dry, last sector is wet, so it's going to be a very tricky race for sure. The one who takes the right decisions will win in the end. But yeah, I think that's racing, and it's very cool to be here, so we try to enjoy.
And just quickly talking about try to enjoy, I mean, look around you, you've got all these fans, and I mean, the Japanese really are so enthusiastic about motorsports. How are you experiencing it?
Yeah, it's amazing. I heard so many positive things about Japan, about Japanese racing fans, and I just agree. I mean, it's amazing. They're so polite, and it's just a great atmosphere, and it's good to be here to enjoy and to see how it is, and hopefully we'll be back soon.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, so thank you so much, and best of luck for the race. We want to see you in the front, okay, René?
Thank you.
All right, back to you.
Well, he's got a rabbit to pull out of the hat as René Rast, but he is the sort of driver that can pull a rabbit out of a hat. Never, ever discount him. Of course, all the drivers are going to have a mandatory pit stop as well, and of course, the weather may play its part into this race also. So lots of drama probably to come, and talking of drama and guests and so many DTM cars here, absolutely delighted to welcome back onto the grid once again one Mr. Alex Zanardi.
And now we've got a lot of Italian power here. We've got Alex Zanardi, and we're so excited that you're part of the Dream Race, Alex. But tell us, you've got a slight problem with the car at the moment, so what's going on?
Yeah, but the boys are on top on it. So I think I will be able to leave from the pit lane, and that's why I qualify last. It was part of my pre-tactics, you know. No, but besides kidding, it's a pity, but I think the car is going to be ready, and I'm going to be able to pull out from the pit lane.
And may I just remind you, last year in Misano, you were starting in P19 and you ended in P5. So do you think maybe you can repeat that?
You cannot be lucky every day, but I certainly hope so. Last year, I have to say the performance was there also. So I'm trying to improve the level of my game, and I'll let you know in an hour or so.
All right, well, best of luck and do enjoy. Thank you so much, Alex Zanardi. Back to the commentator.
Part of the drama, Amy, that I was alluding to, and the fact that, of course, he had, we're being told perhaps a transmission sensor issue, but the boys are on it, and we think he's going to start from the pit lane.
Yes, that's true.
So as the national anthem plays out, let's talk to the driver of the NSX GT, going from P3, and that is Yamamoto.
And now we're here with Naoki Yamamoto. He's starting in P3, so that is a very good position. I mean, from here, anything is possible, really. So do you have a good feeling about this race?
Yes, yeah, I'm really, I'm looking forward to the race, because until yesterday was no good, the performance, but from a qualifying was good potential in this car, so I'm looking forward to the race.
Excellent. Well, best of luck for that. We're all crossing our fingers, so thank you very much, and back to the commentator.
Naoki Yamamoto, you wouldn't bet against him.
I didn't know he can speak English.
That's very good, isn't it?
Very good, yes.
Look at this backdrop. It's fantastic. All part of the Dream Race.
Sort of Mount Fuji should be there.
Oh, all right.
Behind the clouds.
Thanks, Amy. I was bigging it up.
Sorry about that.
It is an extraordinary backdrop. It's an extraordinary circuit as well, that's for sure. And that's what I really wanted to see, was that BMW on the left-hand side of that picture where we saw the car of Alex Zanardi. He will be starting from the pit lane. Credit to all the team who have worked so hard to get that car out following a slight transmission issue during the installation lap, but there the car is, and Alex Zanardi, as he said to us, he had full confidence, didn't he?
He did.
Such a humble man. He is a lovely guy and always a real joker as well. Let's wish him well for the race. 55 minutes plus one lap, and of course the mandatory pit stop to come as well. All the cars are on slick tyres, Amy.
They are all on slick tires.
But the weather can change here in an instant, can they not? Ah.
There's some wet
Well.
tires as well.
Well spotted. From our position, from our vantage point, we can see the BMW of Kamui Kobayashi and also Marco Wittmann. Now, Kamui Kobayashi is on slicks. Marco Wittmann has gone with the wet weather
た
tyres.
だいまよりフォードバックス45周年記念スーパー GT DTM 特別交流戦の開会を宣言いたします。
本日はありがとうございました。皆さんどうも大きな拍手を、そしてスーパー GT 同様、オートバックスのビッグフラッグが今、花が開くようにグランドスタンドで入れています。そして、ホンダの旗、日産の旗、日本の旗、ドイツの旗、そしてレクサスの旗もたくさん見ることができました。コースサイドには BMW
fantastic does this look? Live from Fuji Speedway, Mr. Alex Zanardi then, and all the teams, and Dieter Gas to the left-hand side of Loic Duval there, and there is Mike Rockenfeller. He is one to keep an eye on, going from P5 on the grid. And all the flags, all the spectacle, all the atmosphere is here. And,
this is excitement. It's just about excitement today. I love the DTM BMW drivers with the hachimaki, we say, the headbands.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Now this was Loic Duval, who you saw a few moments ago, managing on his installation lap just to get it a little wrong, and ended up putting it into the wall. So regrettably, Loic Duval, who had done a fantastic job in qualifying, put the car on P2, will not be making the grid. The cars are about to be released on their formation lap, and this is something very special as well, Amy. 2 formation laps, I'm given to understand.
There's the first one, we have the hypercars in front, just there. This is one hypercar. Well, at the very front, there's the safety car, and we have those BH auction hypercars. And then they're gonna go out after the first formation lap, and then we have the second one.
Fantastic. Everything here is built for the spectacle and for the show, and what a great show we are anticipating as the cars are released then on the first of 2 formation laps, and of course what we call in Europe a rolling start.
A rolling start, yes, and this time, yeah, it is going to be the Indy start, right? I am curious how it will look like, because all of the Super GT drivers, they don't have experience in that.
Here's the grid in full for you. P1, Nick Cassidy alongside Loic Duval. Well, actually, he's not. Naoki Yamamoto, Ronnie Quintarelli, then it's Mike Rockenfeller and Kodai. Sukakoshi, I'm getting scored here. Jan Mardenborough, Frederick Makievicz, Sho Suboi, Yuhu Sekiguchi. See, first mistake. Kenta Yamashita, and then Daiki Sasaki.
Perfect.
Thank you. Taki Izawa and Rene Rast. Did I do that one okay?
That was perfect as well, but P14. Let's see how much he jumps up.
Please, you do P15.
Okay, we have Yuji Tachikawa, Benoit Trillier, and Yuichi Nakayama, Kamui Kobayashi. And this one,
Marco Wittmann and Tadasuke Makino. Alex Zanardi will be starting actually from the pit lane, and really good to see Hideki Muto actually on the grid, because he had an off in one of the free practice sessions.
This is incredible how they managed to bring the car in one piece again.
Yes.
And he, the driver, I mean, he must have been heartbroken yesterday, you know.
It was really, really unfortunate.
It
but
was unfortunate.
you know, the car was, you know, you and I would have said, there's no way that car's making it to the grid, would we? So credit to the team. They've done a fantastic job, haven't they? The Motul Mugen NSX GT has made it onto the grid. And the cars are making their way through this really rather undulating Fuji Speedway. I love the topography here.
It is great, right? I love this circuit. It's really one of my favorites as well. So.
And of course, we can see there from that camera angle as one of the hypercars pulls into the pit lane, just the sheer enormity of this straight.
The straight is actually 1.5K long.
Wow.
So we have a lot of, after the last corner, until they cross the line, there's a lot of time actually left, you know. So it's fun to, you know, count the seconds until they're crossing the line.
So the formation for the DTM Super GT Dream Race is that. Ordinarily, DTM would, of course, have push to pass and DRS. That's not here. It's not here this weekend in terms of equalising the cars. And I have to say, across the free practice and qualifying sessions, the cars have been really, really close, haven't they? And there's absolutely no balance between them. Everything has been left as it is. Of course, all the Super GT drivers have had to learn and use the Hankook tyres, which, of course, is not their normal tyre, because you don't have a control tyre in Super GT ordinarily.
We have 4 different tyre manufacturers, and we even call it tire war, as we talk about.
That's what it is.
Yeah, the package of the tires and the cars. So the tires, Hankooks, are so new for us Super GT drivers. But well, you gave us extra tire testing time, so thanks to you.
And I have to, not me personally,
and I must say, they're adapting very well at the moment, and it looks good so far.
Well, the proof of the pudding is in the fact that Nick Cassidy has put the car on pole position, and he did that very early on in the qualifying actually delivered that lap, didn't
Right
he?
at the beginning.
On board with Nick Cassidy now. He's right behind the safety car then. This is the second of the formation laps before the 55-minute plus one-lap race gets underway. Live from Fuji Speedway, the Dream Race Super GT and DTM together. How confident will Nick Cassidy be feeling? How confident will Marco Wittmann be feeling? Well, he's got quite a lot of work to do from P19 on the grid, but of course we do have the mandatory pit stops to come as well. Strategy may play a part. Is the weather going to throw a curved ball into this race as well, Amy?
Well, obviously we have some cars wearing wet tires and some slick tires, so I mean that's kind of a gamble for them as well. So we'll see how it works out for those strategies they are putting on. Ooh, exciting! It's the very first chapter of this new history, I would say.
History is being made here today.
What story are those drivers gonna write? Amazing. This is the teammate of Nick Cassidy, Hirakawa. And he will be driving tomorrow.
Of course.
But today it's Nick Cassidy.
Cassidy wants to convert this P1 to P1 at the end of the 55 minutes plus a lap. So into the Audi garages then. And the cars then on the second of their formation laps about to complete that. Safety car will peel off into the pit lane. Then side-by-side formation, all the cars coming into their grid formation now. Some of the stragglers at the back are really going to have to catch up here, although after saying that, we've got such a long straight.
All right. So take your time. But it looks good, you know. They didn't have much practice time.
All eyes on the lighting gantry at the top of your screen. Nick Cassidy goes from pole position. The danger man could be Ronnie Quintarelli because he's got a gap ahead of him. He's going to be able to floor it going into turn number 1. So the lighting gantry at the moment, we have 5 red lights already. Someone is really lively right from the back of the pack. It's green for go. Let's go racing as history is made here in Fuji. Mike Rockefeller on a bit of a charge, trying to muscle his way through. But it is Nick Cassidy that makes it into turn 1, P1. But Ronnie Quintarelli picks up P2. I said he could be a danger man from there, Amy.
This is amazing. Oh my God, look at that.
Trellier was out on the grass. What a fantastic shot this is as the cars, for the first time of asking, make their way around this 4.563 kilometer circuit. It is P1 Nick Cassidy, P2 is Ronnie Quintarelli, Mike Rockefeller P4 at the moment. We've got a long way to go in this race though, and bear in mind Alex Zanardi.
That was a touch. That's the number 8 car.
Somebody was starting from the pit lane, so the number 8 car has been turned around. Izawa.
Izawa, yes. And actually, that's the
So we watch the Ronnie Quintarelli car, and you can see how they're fighting for grip. We've got a mix here because some drives are on wet weather tyres, some drives are on slick tyres. Now, René Rast was saying in the program earlier on, and there is René, that in certain sectors the slicks are working fine. In other sectors, he's really struggling. And there you can see how he struggled. And we can see that from our vantage point here that some pit lane crew are getting ready to receive cars into the pit lane straight away. So now Quintarelli is under pressure from Yamamoto. Yamamoto goes through, but Ronnie Quintarelli dives to the inside. And he's going to make this stick, or is he? Because more momentum for Yamamoto. What a great fight, and already 2 or 3 cars are in the pit lane, we can see from our vantage point. So
yeah, those were the 2 wet tires.
Yamamoto P2 now, and Quintarelli P3. We're on board with Ronnie Quintarelli. Look how Nick Cassidy has escaped up the road.
Where is he? I can't even see him.
Precisely. He's built such a gap between P1 and P2. Of course, they were fighting over that P2 position, which would have slowed them and played right into the hands of Nick Cassidy, who's been able to escape up the road. So with the cars that crank into that right-hander, you begin to climb uphill as well. And there, the number 6 car of Yamashita that we watch.
That's the champion car of the Super GT 2019 season.
And one of the nicest looking Super GT cars, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Personal preference, of course. There is Mike Rockefeller, and Mike Rockefeller See, look, Nick Cassidy is nearly halfway along the straight, isn't he?
Looking good for him so far. Well, I had a talk show with him this morning, and he said for the qualifying, it was perfect. The car was set, but he might struggle for the final race, but it doesn't look like that. Perfect.
Quintarelli losing out here. He's now dropped back to P4. And 3 abreast as we go into turn number 1. And Kamui Kobayashi in that mix as well, you could just see. And here we go, we've got a real battle going on here with 4 cars all together in one block.
2 GTRs in front and 2 Lexus in the back.
A 4-way fight going on further back down the grid. I remind you that Nick Cassidy is leading the race by some 2.6 seconds. So what a huge advantage he has got as we watch those cars make their way through that turn.
2 seconds, wow, that's lovely. Well, so for the Super GT fans, this is the last occasion to see the Lexus LC500 cars, because next year they're gonna switch the car to Supra. So yeah, it is kind of a, you know, farewell race for the LC500s, which makes it again interesting for us, you know.
On the back of that pack at the moment is Benoit Trellier, of course, running in P16 at the moment, driving the Audi Sport Japan RS5 DTM car. And here they come then to put another lap in the book. The race leader is Nick Cassidy for Keeper Tom's LC500. The car is looking really, really good. And Ronnie Quintarelli is really trying hard to defend his position here, but he's lost out on another position. So it's going from bad to worse for Ronnie Quintarelli, who was really aggressive at the start, not in a bad way. But look at Rennie Rast, who's quietly going about his business and has moved up. He's into the top 10. I said that Rast could be a danger man here. He's got Frederick Machiavecchi ahead of him now, and he's really beginning to reel him in. Then it's Mike Rockenfeller. Now, Mike Rockenfeller could do Rennie Rast a real favour here, but he ain't going to, because every driver is racing for their own pride, of course. Right behind Rennie Rast is Kamui Kobayashi. This is a great fight to be watching for P9 as Rast takes a look at the outside now of Machiavecchi in the Craft Sports GTR car. What can Rast do to try and unsettle the Machiavecchi car ahead of him? What he wants is to try and provoke a mistake. And at the moment, there are no mistakes coming. There's Mike Rockefeller. You can just see to the very right-hand side of your picture, Kamui Kobayashi.
From the back, did you just see that?
Almost touching the back end of the Rennie Rast car, but thankfully he managed to scrub the speed in time. So Rast then continuing in this position of P9 at the moment. Beg pardon, it's P10, but he's chasing for P9. There is Quintarelli then, but is Rast just taking a look at the inside now. Of course, this very long straight where you really stretch your legs. What can Rast do? Now, I'm trying to pick up on the car here. Now, Quintarelli, he's on wets. That's why he's dropping back down the order. That's why he's dropping back down the order. Knew there had to be a reason why he was losing so many places. He is on wet weather tyres. Slicks are working. They're working at the moment. What Quintarelli needs is for it to start raining, of course, then he would be laughing. But at the moment, Ronnie Quintarelli in the Nismo is struggling because he's on those wet weather tyres.
That's the reason. You got it.
Well, I knew there had to be some reason why he was falling down the order in such a dramatic fashion. And he is currently running in that P6 position. So a big fight going on here for P5 between Subai and Yamashita. The 2 LC500s together here in this fight. So we scroll the order across the top of the screen for you. And Rennie Rast has managed to move up a place. So he's now right behind Mike Rockefeller. So Rennie Rast has got past Machiavecchi. We go back on board with Ronnie Quintarelli now.
It is amazing to see the Japanese GT cars with the onboards, because we actually don't have it in the regular series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is super interesting for me as well. And how it looks, it's amazing. You know, all the switches, how do they use them all? You know?
I know, being a racing driver is a real test of dexterity, isn't it, and skill. In terms of what surprises me here is, I mean, clearly the Quintarelli team are praying for rain, aren't they? And I'm perhaps perhaps a little surprised that they haven't brought him in for a mandatory pit stop straight away and to get those slick weather tyres on so that at least he's competitive. What he'll be hoping, of course, is that the race comes to him later on if the weather conditions should change. Mike Rockefeller next in having Ronnie Quintarelli in his target sights. This would move him up to P7, so Mike Rockefeller is tracking that gizmo now. So too is Rennie Rast. Like a pair of vipers here in those Audis, ready to have a go at that Ronnie Quintarelli car, which is ahead of him at the moment. Running in P2 and P3, it's Yamamoto and Sukakoshi.
So those are the two drivers who have the whole weekend for themselves.
Right.
We have two cars, so these are the two. The others they share with their teammate, right? Because we have two drivers in Super GT, but this time, yeah. Because Jensen for the #1 car is not here, and Bertrand Baguette is also not here. So.
Now this is Nick Cassidy. Sorry, we've not shown a lot of him. He's leading the race, leading it by some 3.6 seconds. He's got a huge margin. And of course, the more these two are fighting over the P2 position, it's just playing into the hands of Nick Cassidy, who's able to escape up the road. And as you can see, is continuing to do that. His last lap was quicker pretty much than anybody else. Although, after saying that, Sukakoshi had gone quick. Right, here comes the battle that's going on further down the order, which is fascinating to watch.
3 LC500s.
Look at this. Diving to the inside here, you've got to be big, bold and brave. Carrying so much speed, and that's where you can come back underneath. But if you can hold the momentum, this is really exciting racing. Oh no, 3 abreast.
3 wide.
Oh. And in the meantime, just behind this battle, Ronnie is still holding on to that P7 place ahead of Mike Rockefeller and Rennie Rast. So this three-way fight which is going on here for P4 is, well, one of the closest. There are so many close battles going on. Thanks so much. Didn't need the invitation twice to come back there. So Sukakoshi then is on board. They get oh so close. So on board with Yamamoto now. Absolutely pulling this car around this Fuji Speedway circuit. Still got 44 minutes plus a lap of this race, and every single lap thus far has proved to be a good one, that's for sure. Absolute maximum speed now across the timing line, and then now you or I were driving this car would have braked about a mile before these racing drivers do, going into turn number 1.
I mean, look at that. We go up to 290 kilometers per hour. That is cool, super quick.
Whilst we've been watching Yamamoto on board, Rennie Rast has managed to get by Mike Rockefeller, which means Rennie Rast now is going to take the fight for P7 to Ronnie Quintarelli. So Rennie Rast having got by the Mike Rockefeller car. Rennie Rast, of course, DTM champion. Second time of winning it, won it in his rookie year, first of all, of course, when he came into the DTM. And Sakaguchi and Yamashita here arguing over the P5 and P6 positions.
I love this battle. This was exactly the same for the final race of the season, for the grand finale. And it's like seeing the same thing, and they were fighting for the championship. But the #6 car did overtake, you know, at the last 3 laps or something.
Isn't it? But
yeah,
look
it's like
at
a
that.
deja vu.
Look at that queue of cars behind, but I think I'm right in saying that we picked up on the back of one of those pictures that Rast has got by Quintarelli. So Rast will now find himself in P7. Yes, Rennie Rast has got past. So these two, Sakaguchi and Yamashita, who are having their nice little battle on their own, all of a sudden they're going to have an Audi for company.
Already there. But I must say that the color is great, you know. It's like a Japan flag, Renee. Just brought a Japan flag.
By design, I'm sure. By design, I'm sure. And look at this, Kamui Kobayashi here. Trying this drag move. And into turn number 1 they go, and Rast all the time trying to get a little bit closer to them. Dive to the inside here. this fight that's going on for P5
Gonna go
is
forever.
oh so close. I mean, you know, the cars are so evenly matched, aren't they? And this has been one of the great things about this dream race, that the match between Super GTs and the DTM cars has been probably better than we ever expected.
Yes. I love the approach from both sides, you know. Amazing. We dreamed about this for so many years, and it's happening right now. I just realized this is great. This is really history. Wow. But in the back, we see we have Renee from behind.
I was going to say, the problem is going to be that the man that's doing the hunting at the moment is going to become the hunted, isn't he? Because he's going to be stuck right in the middle here, and going to have to start thinking about defending from Rennie Rash. So he needs to get this overtake done and get it done pretty quickly, because here comes Renee then in the number 33 car, who can sense the opportunity here to probably take 2 in 1. But of course, he's got to have the pace to be able to do that. Thus far, Rennie has perhaps taken longer to get on the back of these two than I would have expected, but he is now. So Sekiguchi and Yamashita have got Rennie Rast for company. And all of a sudden, Rennie Rast P7, he can eye P6 and potentially P5 as well. Now, the very, very long straight here, which the two Lexus cars appear to break away a little bit from the Audi. So I think it's on the twisty parts of the circuit where Rennie has got the strength here.
Yeah, looks like the LCs are pretty, well, quickest on this track. Well, it's the Fuji Speedway track is a home course for the Toyota Lexus cars. So, yeah.
Great respect between the two drivers, though, as they continue to fight. I mean, they're oh so close that, you know, with the width of a piece of paper between them at some points. But it is fantastic to watch, and there you can see Renee is just ready to champ at the bit. But Renee has got Nakayama right behind him as well. So all of a sudden, he's going to be
a sandwich of the LC 500s.
He could potentially be in trouble here, couldn't he? So I think Renee now is potentially under trouble. He squeezes as much as he can. Racing room was left, but only just. Whoa! This is the fight for P7. Rennie Rast then P7. It's Nakayama who is P8 in the Denso LC 500. So we've got a four-way fight going on here, but actually Rennie has had to almost stop his attack to think about looking in his rearview mirror at what's coming up behind him.
Defense.
On board with Alex Zanardi then, who started from the pit lane, but is in P18. He's got past Marco Wittmann, who of course was one of the very early stoppers. You'll recall that Marco Wittmann was starting the race on the wet weather tyres. As Rennie Rast now is going to lose this P7 position to Nakayama as they head into turn number 1 for sure, unless Rennie will try and come underneath. But the number 39 car has got it nailed perfectly. He's got the momentum here. Rennie tries to come back underneath, but Nakayama did a very good job of executing that overtake.
That was beautiful. Let's see. So Renee, 1 position down again.
What Renee could be doing here, this is me being very kind, is Renee may think, do you know what? I'm going to let him come through Nakayama without too much threat, because what he will do now is kind of sway through the two ahead of me, and I'm just going to follow. I might be wrong, though. This is Alex Zanardi then in the specially adapted BMW DTM car from the RBM team. Doing a very, very good job running in that P18 place, the BMW M4 DTM car, which of course had to start from the pit lane due to that, what we think was potentially a transmission sensor issue on his installation lap going to the grid. He had to bail the car into the pit lane and they had to work on it. And of course, the moment the car comes into the pit lane, that means it's going to be a pit lane start for you if you're able to repair the car, because you've not been able to take up your position on the grid. But as he says, it's all part of his greater strategy.
Great strategy. Well, you know, my worry now is, since the Super GT drivers, we don't have much experience on these tires, so we don't really know the exact tire life, I would say, the degradation.
Yep.
So I believe that Rene, he is like, he's pro, right? Like, he knows the tires, he knows how to keep the tires in that form. But the Super GT drivers, since it looks like they're pushing pretty much,
I would say so.
how much they're caring about the tires, that's my only issue right now.
And of course, when they're going to come in for their mandatory stop. Now, Kamui Kobayashi and Mike Rockefeller are having a real battle here. Now, it's a battle that's going on for P11 and P12. At the moment, Rocky has got the better of Kobayashi, but Kobayashi did get by him, or certainly got alongside him. And we have, what have we got, 35 minutes plus a lap of this dream race. One of two across this extraordinary history-making weekend. As there you can see the fight that continues. Wherever you look through the grid at the moment, there are plenty of fights going on. The cars are so evenly matched.
Yes, but you know, for example, looking at Nick Cassidy's time, he already dropped like 2 seconds. So I believe he pushed like super hard at the beginning, dropping the play.
You're right. He's a couple of tenths down on
might have some pit stops then soon.
Sukakoshi.
Ah, there's the first one going into the pits. That's the number 6 car. Yamashita.
So into the pit lane then. Now, critical is how quickly the team are able to work on this car and get it back out again.
Oh, the Super GT, the mechanics super quick. Oh my god! 3 red cars.
Almost 3 abreast
Rene.
as well.
Rene just dropped position again.
Yeah, so Rennie losing out to Quintarelli there.
And Tachikawa both at once. He was going to get the 2 in front of him, but then he lost 2 positions now. That was quick, huh?
Yeah, did well on their way out. Slick tyres on again. Looking at these weather conditions here, and whilst there's a bit of cloud around, there's seemingly no threat of rain at the moment. We did expect today's race to be wet, didn't we, Amy?
We did, but on my radar on my phone, there's no rain at all at the moment, and also the next 30 minutes are clear, so perfect.
Okay.
It's Ronnie and Tachikawa. And Renee.
And Renee, of course. Oh! Now that's playing right into the hands of Benoit Trelia here. Well, that 5 cars involved in that, and Benoit has found himself going from P14, advantaging himself by a number of places there by just being very keen and in the right place at the right time and being able to seize the opportunities that were gifted ahead of him. Nick Cassidy continuing to lead by an absolutely extraordinary margin. As in comes the number 36 car. Is that Sakaguchi, I think?
Yep.
Who has come in. We can see
Renee
that.
is at the pits.
See that from our vantage point here. And also coming in is Rennie Rast now. So the teams go to work. Another set of Hankook slicks to go onto the Rennie Rast car. And he is released. Oh! That was... that was close, but it wasn't an unsafe release. Renee was able to get out.
There's another car in front. So
oh, that's
that
a
was
disaster.
Yeah, ooh,
and
that's a
'cause
disaster.
Absolutely hideous
How would
parking
you
by
park
Jan
like
Mardenborough.
that? Oh no, how would you park like
Do you think he almost missed his pit box and just dived in?
that? I'm not sure. Because the next pit was preparing for a pit stop too, so maybe that was just intended. Just to leave the space for the 23 car for the Nissan. Because, yeah, Jan is a Nissan driver, so...
Well, whatever.
I'm not sure. But that was not fair. For the 36 car, he just lost a few seconds.
Yeah, he did. I mean, they had to push the car back and full left-hand lock, indicator on, and pull out. You know, that was not how we expected to be done. So, yeah, Mardenborough then, who his position in his box was extraordinary. In now comes the number 23 car of Ronnie Quintarelli. Now, Ronnie is on slicks. Now,
He is on slicks.
you and I both know that he started. We thought on
We
wets.
thought, but no.
Well,
Maybe he just
is
dropped.
this his second stop?
No. It's his first.
It says one, but if that changes to 2, I don't know.
But I think it should change.
But that completely ruins my theory of why he was so slow relative to everybody else. Because he wasn't on wet weather tyres, it would appear. So Quintarelli on his way back out of the pit lane now.
And it's still a 1. So he was the whole time on slick tires, but dropped that much. So there's something, I think the package is not working on dry slick tires.
Oh, and there you can see he runs one. Well, of course, the tyres are not allowed to be pre-warmed, so they're cold when you come out of the pit lane. So every driver tells me it's like for the first lap or so, before you get some temperature into the tyres, it's like driving on ice.
It's skating.
Yeah, so Rast was able to get by him relatively easily. Now, of course, with the top 3 have not been in yet. That's Cassidy, Tsukakoshi and Yamamoto. They're still to stop. Subai in the LC500 has stopped, who's currently running in P4. On board with Ronnie Quintarelli now, as the teams continue to go to work. Benoit Trelia, who is up to P8, right behind Mike Rockefeller, but neither of those two have stopped, but then nor have Tashikawa and Nakayama ahead of them. So, trying to just get an understanding, if you like, of the strategy, because
Well, then I think Nick is doing a real great job because he's still under the first tires and still, you know, good time, 34 seconds, and not dropping that much as the others.
no, absolutely.
Because Yamamoto already dropped like 3-4 seconds.
And this looks like a
Oh, this
retirement.
doesn't look good.
No, that's a retirement for Alex Zanardi, sadly. The car is pushed back into the garage. They've done such a good job to try and get the car out. Well, they did. They didn't try. They succeeded. They got the car out, but I suspect it's a continuation of the previous problem, and therefore Alex Zanardi sadly retires from the race. Now, interestingly, P2 and P3 have come in for their mandatory stops now. Tsukakoshi and Yamamoto are in. Let's watch these stops. These are critical, Amy. So the teams go to work on these cars and get them back out again. Tsukakoshi staying ahead of Yamamoto, who we are on board with right now. Nick Cassidy has yet to stop. And out of the pit lane they come now, bearing in mind both of these cars are going to be on cold tyres, so it won't afford them the level of grip that they would be expecting when the tyres are up to temperature, so they've got to tread like on eggshells for the first lap or so to try and get, you can see some weaving going on there to generate the temperature into the tyres. So with those stops, Nick Cassidy yet to stop, of course. Also yet to stop is Nakayama.
Well, but obviously looking at the pit work before, maybe it's clever of them to just, you know, not get stuck in that traffic, that chaos which was there before. So.
Well, when you're looking at the sector times, no one is losing huge chunks of time because of tyre degradation currently. So Nick Cassidy continuing to lead. So Nakayama and Tachikawa that are chasing.
How many seconds? 20 seconds. The gap is 20 seconds.
In comes the number 38 car now. Great to see these teams working so hard on those cars. So the Tachikawa car comes in then and lays some rubber down on the pit lane on way out of the garage. And here is Nick Cassidy, who has yet to stop. We've got 25 3/4 minutes plus 1 lap remaining in this dream race. Here comes Marco Wittmann then, who should very easily be able to get past this car. Marco Wittmann's tyres, of course, up to temperature, so too René Rast's. Marco Wittmann, of course, where the tyres chose to stop early on. Let's hear from retiree, sadly, Alex Zanardi, his Farina.
Alex, what happened? Why did you have to retire?
It's motor racing. I guess these cars are so technologically advanced. There are so many things into the car which could break at any second. It's actually surprising that they normally go longer than an hour, you know. But evidently there was an issue with the engine, and I won't go any further because all I could feel is that I suddenly lost power and then the engine changed noise slightly. So I reported that to my pit and we decided to call it. It's a pity. I was enjoying myself. My pace was not that bad. So certainly it's a good, it's very encouraging for tomorrow, and let's see whether, as I said, tomorrow we can have a better day. But I want to thank BMW for the great opportunity. This car looks beautiful, and it's even more of a blast to drive it.
Okay, so best of luck for tomorrow, Alex. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thanks so much, and well done, Alex Zanardi. Now, this could be game on here, because Nick Cassidy will be trying to warm up the tyres. But, of course, he built up such a good lead. You know, he has got that advantage, if you like, in terms of having some time to warm those tyres up. And having that comfort margin as Mike Rockefeller tiptoes his way out of the pit lane, back on those tyres, that new set of tyres, of course, which have not been pre-warmed. There you can see Nakayama is actually leading the race, but of course he has yet to stop, as has Benoit Brelia. We're on board with Ronnie Quintarelli now, who is running down there in P13, but actually that will be P11 when you consider that 2 cars have yet to stop. And Nakayama, the first one of those we can see from our vantage point, out of the corner of my eye, Nakayama has come into the pit lane now, which means that Nick Cassidy will re-inherit the lead, because that will put him back into that P1 position. So on board with Ronnie Quintarelli, you can see the fight that's going on ahead of him, which is between Marco Wittmann and Tachikawa. And Marco Wittmann is going to fall prey to the hard-charging Ronnie Quintarelli now, dives to the inside and gets the overtake done and dusted. Brilliant and crystal clean overtake there from Ronnie. He really meant business, didn't he? Going to be one to watch perhaps in the second half of this race. We perhaps discounted him earlier on in the race, losing time for whatever reason. I still find that really curious, as Benoit Brelia makes his way back out of the pit lane, or out of his garage now. You'll just see on the left-hand side of the picture, potentially Benoit Brelia coming out of the pit lane. There is the car. You can just see it on the left-hand side of your screen. Now returning to the racetrack, this extraordinary 4.5 kilometer Fuji Speedway.
Yep, and he's back again.
So 22 minutes plus a lap to be done. Work to do now, and you can see that's how difficult it is on cold tyres.
Just get it out.
direction, but he's wary, of course, of just putting too much through that car until those tyres are up to operating temperature. Absolutely critical to make sure that you just ease the temperature into those tyres. You can actually be over-aggressive in terms of warming them up. You know, it's all part of the learning of how you get the very best out of the Hankook tyres.
I mean, that's what we saw before with Lloyd. Sorry.
That perhaps was not the best example, but yes, you're quite right.
It's really a shame, you know, on the cold tires.
It is, but he'll come back tomorrow. Bigger, bolder, and stronger than ever. So P3, P4, Yamamoto and Subai then, NSX and the LC500 battling for this final podium place. And the best of the DTM drivers following everyone, having taken a pit stop now, is René Rast, who's in P7. What can he do over the remaining 20 3/4 minutes plus a lap? We will see.
I mean, he managed to jump to P7. That's incredible. He started P14, right? That's quite good work.
Indeed, he's gained 7 places, hasn't he? And never one to be discounted, but Cassidy, of course, is in the gun seat, isn't he? That's for sure. And that's the level of passion, not only from the race fans, but there you can see from team management as well.
Yes.
So there is René then. Oh, this could be 3 abreast here. That was a brave move to the inside, but in fairness to Tachikawa, he executed that well, didn't he? He got the job done, and René drops back now to P8 because Tachikawa has gone through, and Tachikawa has he's opened up 4 car lengths already, having got past René Rast. So Cassidy leading the race then with a margin of some 4.2 seconds, and René's fight back is perhaps not quite as on course as he would like it to be. I think the danger man here, you know, well, there are so many danger men throughout the field if you look at it, but we are into the final 20 minutes plus a lap. I don't know where the time has gone because so much has gone on. Incidentally, we're just seeing across our timing screen here that Kamui Kobayashi is being given a warning flag for track limit excursion. Now, basically, what that means is you're taking more of the tarmac than you should be taking. So that was at turn 3, where the Coca-Cola turners, I believe it's called. That's where he was just extending the track a little bit, shortcutting it slightly, and race control are aware of that. Around the outside there, that was another good overtake, plenty of overtake. I can see why you've got to have eyes absolutely everywhere, because it's such great entertainment with so much going on.
This is amazing. Well, back in Hockenheim, we didn't have that much, you know, overtakes with the DTM and Super GT cars because it just didn't work out. But this time, this is beautiful. It's racing. This is so competitive, and wow, a lot of overtakes, I must say.
Of course, you're on home turf, aren't you? And, well, showing just how the track knowledge of this Fuji really perhaps helps you. And these cars set up absolutely perfectly, and I must say all credit to all the Super GT teams who have taken on board the Hankook control tyre, and seemingly so far have absolutely nailed it.
And I must say, in our usual series, we have the weight handicap, which you guys, you don't have it. And that kind of balances out the season, but
yes,
now that they don't have any weight, it's full push, you know, you can do whatever you want, just full push throughout the race, and yeah, maybe that's exciting for the drivers as well, for the Super GT drivers.
And of course, we're talking of speeds in excess of 290 kilometers per hour through the speed trap, aren't we?
Yeah, super quick.
So Cassidy then from Tsukakoshi and Yamamoto, the P1, 2 and 3. At the moment, car number 3 is another one that's receiving a warning flag. That's Akiveki, isn't it, in the Motul GTR. Again, we assume that is for track limits. Track limits become ever harder, of course, as the tyre degradation increases. You find yourself with less grip than you thought thought you had. I have to say, with the way Cassidy is performing, and let's not lose sight of the fact that he did a lot of hard work in qualifying, didn't he? As Mike Rockefeller and Kamui Kobayashi here together. Kobayashi just taking a look at the inside of the Mike Rockefeller car there and goes through. Mike will try and come underneath him now. Kobayashi having dropped back now behind Mike Rockefeller, which pushes Mike Rockefeller up to P13, and Kobayashi trying to get the draft off the back of the Mike Rockefeller car now on this very, very long straight. They're almost touching as they head towards turn number 1, the super long straight here at Fuji. Kobayashi pulls out of the draft now to have a go around the outside of Mike Rockefeller, and Mike is able to bring the car through there without being without leaving himself vulnerable to the car of Kamui Kobayashi. Now, I think from the corner of my eye, I saw a car come in there. Was that the Marco Wittmann car?
That's Marco Wittmann car, changing tires again.
So that is his second pit stop then. So Wittmann is in. The leader is Nick Cassidy. As you can see from the ticker at the top of your screen, we're watching this battle. P13 and P14. Mike Rockefeller is P13. Kamui Kobayashi is P14. There is your race leader, Nick Cassidy. In the keeper, Tom's LC500. Of course, Nick Cassidy has had something of a phenomenal season, hasn't he? Particularly in the single-seaters.
Yes, this is the Super Formula champion of the season. He did it. He couldn't get it last year, but this year he took it. Amazing.
Whether it's a single-seater, a GT car, or a wheelbarrow, Nick Cassidy can win a race, can't he?
Yeah, and I think in every category.
He's proving his worth here in this first of the 2 dream races this weekend, and doing a very good job indeed, and consistently lapping in the 131s, whereas everyone else pretty much in the 32s and 33s. So you know, the keeper Tom's team have done a great job in terms of setting this car up perfectly for him.
He deserves it, you know. He didn't get the chance to do racing in Hockenheim, so he was
I wasn't going to mention that, but now you have.
I always mention such things.
Now you have. Unfortunately, off the back of that, I think it was off the hairpin. Didn't he put it in the wall there?
Yeah, he did. He didn't even make 1 lap, so I think he just deserves this.
Okay, that's fair. Right, is Rast going to be under pressure from Ronnie Quintarelli now? Because there is Ronnie Rast in the number 33 Audi RS5 DTM, the DTM champion, of course, being chased now by Ronnie Quintarelli, who was another one of the drivers who, of course, came over to Hockenheim earlier on in the. In fact, I think it was his second time in the Super GT car at Hockenheim.
It was his second time. But yeah, again, we had so much rain that weekend and just didn't fit. Everything did not fit, but
No, and
now it does. Yes.
In fairness, you came there with, you know, so much so much for the drivers and the teams to learn in such a short space of time. It was a very creditable performance. So Ronnie Quintarelli now reeling in the car of Ronnie Rast. Is he going to have a go going into turn number 1? This is the fight that is going on for P8. Now Ronnie Quintarelli is currently P9. King of the late breakers. Is he going to dive to the inside? No. So for this lap through turn 1, Rast manages to stay ahead of Ronnie Quintarelli.
Oh, that's
a
another
shame.
retirement. Oh.
Suke Makino, who, if my memory serves me, was another driver at Hockenheim as well. He's out.
Oh, no, he actually didn't. So.
There you go.
Oh.
My memory does not serve correctly. What a shame.
That was a NSX card, CC4 card. That's a shame because throughout the free practice sessions he was performing pretty well. So I think there must be some, I don't know, car trouble or something like that.
These onboard shots then of Ronnie Quintarelli then continuing his quest to try and reel in the Rennie Rast car ahead of him. So this, as I mentioned, is the fight that is going on for P7. Rast at the moment moment, holding on to that P7 position, but he's being chased hard by Ronnie Quintarelli. Quintarelli, of course, driving that Motor Autotech GTR car. And now gives it an absolute footful. Is he closer? I don't think he is closer to Rene at the start of this straight, you know. I think Rene has managed to deliver a very, very good lap. And just take a look as they cross the timing line at the last lap, and the times between the two of them. It was a 1:34.697 from Rene and a 1:34.891 from Ronnie. So Rene just a little bit quicker on that last lap, which means Quintarelli is denied once again going into turn number 1, not even close enough to be able to have a go.
But I must say that the line Rene takes is so different from the Super GT drivers, and it's so interesting really to watch. Like, why is he taking that line? It's really like a shortcut, but it's not.
It's because it's working.
I know, it's working, but this is really, I keep on saying that, but so different how he drives this track. Interesting.
Trelia has got past Sasaki now for P15. Benoit in the number 21 car, and this is how he did it in replay. And it was king of the late breakers going into turn number 1. Tracking, tracking, tracking. Wait for the dive to come. There it is. And then hard on the brakes. Got to be confident in the braking force, and then be confident in being able to turn into the corner.
That was beautiful.
And now, coming under the same problem is Kamui Kobayashi, who gets passed by that number 21 car. So Benoit for Audi Sport Japan doing a very good job. And now Quintarelli is much closer to Rene Rast. Surely the overtake is going to come now. So this is the fight that's going on already. Quintarelli lines himself up on the inside of Rene Rast. And he is going to have the inside line going into turn number 1. Overtake done and dusted even before they get to the turn, I would say.
And he did it.
He tries to come back, but of course Quintarelli has got exactly the right line and manages to do that overtake and put it through in turn number 1. It's taken him 2 or 3 laps, and this looks like it could be a retirement here. Daiki Sasaki now, the GTR car, thankfully. Now, if he can get that car into the pit lane, the reason I'm concerned about this is because where that car is on the track, what have we got?
Why did he park there?
I suspect because he had to.
Had to.
Now, if they can recover that car quickly, because the last thing Nick Cassidy needs is a safety car at this point. He's got an 8-second margin. But a safety car, of course, would allow Sakakoshi to get right on terms with Cassidy. Well, there you can see driver half escaped car, but the car is still left there. So race control will, of course, take a look at this, and they will decide if that car can be recovered under a localized yellow. So.
Well, I don't see the safety car board
No.
yet, so not yet.
This will be down to the race control.
Oh, it's safety car.
Oh, well, this for Nick Cassidy is a disaster. Safety car has been deployed.
Oh, no.
I'm not surprised, because where that car was, there was no way they could continue. But for Cassidy, of course, it's an absolute disaster.
Oh, look, Zanardi is back.
Well, they've obviously worked on the car, and they have released Alex Zanardi's car back out onto the track, which they will use to, they'll use that as a test session now to just check out all the systems on the Alex Zanardi car.
I mean, we have tomorrow, so why not just test it?
So safety car is out, and that means that Nick Cassidy's 8.099 margin is blown. We have 7.5 minutes plus a lap remaining. Now, I would have suggested, Amy, it's not going to take them long to recover that car from there, as we can see in replay then. Alex Zanardi returning out onto the track. We thought it was a retirement. He indicated to Verena that something was broken, and it was the team that said, no, let's bring the car in for safety purposes. They've clearly identified what the problem was, and they've fixed it, and they've put it back out on the track, which is great, because what they can do is, of course, check all the systems now, and all the data can be fed back ahead of the race tomorrow, Dream Race 2.
So.
If you're Nick Cassidy, you'd be kicking something now, wouldn't you?
Definitely.
this could really, it's going to be a last, it's going to be a dash for cash right at the end of the race, isn't it? So I'm looking at the clock as well. We're into less than 7 minutes plus a lap remaining.
Did you just see the camera? I saw raindrops.
No.
I did see raindrops.
Amy, you're winding me up.
Oh,
No!
You did see the camera shot right now, right? I saw a few drops.
Amy alongside me is our resident meteorologist and weather forecaster.
Well, the wipers are not moving yet, so we are not sure.
I'm now finding myself really looking at the
It's the
screen.
weather. It's gonna be a disaster if it starts raining now. It's a lot of ice skating, I guess. Sliding.
Like anything needed livening up. I mean, it's been so lively throughout the entire race. We certainly wouldn't need that as well. And okay, they bring the Zanardi car back in again, and I'm convinced they've done that just as a little test session. So safety car stays out. The clock is ticking down. What we don't want is for the race to finish behind the safety car. We've got 5 3/4 minutes plus a lap remaining. So on board with Nick Cassidy. And of course, the restart is going to be fantastic when the safety car does come in. There is Rennie Rast, who finds himself in P9 at the moment. The order is Cassidy from Sakakoshi, then it's Yamamoto and Tsubai and Yamashita. Tachikawa, then it's Nakayama and Ronnie Quintarelli is up to P8. Then it's Rennie Rast P9 and Sakaguchi is P10. That's the top 10 for you as the cars are behind the safety car currently. So the safety car brought about.
Oh, the restart is going to be Indy restart, it says.
Indy style restart, which means the cars line up side by side. So no single file restart, no. We line them up side by side, which really can liven. Well, it's like starting the race all over again, but of course we're just running out of time. And this will play into potentially the hands of some who might be bold and brave and try and have a go to advantage their position and move up still further. But of course it can also go horribly wrong also. I love the Indy-style restarts, I have to say. I think as part of the entertainment spectacle of our great racing, I think it is absolutely brilliant.
And you know what? They did it perfectly at the start this time. That was beautiful,
so.
really. Without much practice, they did it great.
If I may be the bearer of not bad news, but cautious news is, I think they all realise what little time they've got, and therefore they may be a little bolder on this restart. I'm only just putting a little conjecture into it. So safety car lights are still on the safety car, so the safety car is not coming in yet. Just as we say that, we get the message up on the screen. The lights will go out on the safety car because it's going to come in at the conclusion of this lap, which means we're going to get probably 3 minutes of racing plus a lap. And all of Nick Cassidy's great work in the keeper, Tom's Lexus. Well, I would be surprised if he's not hugely defensive going into turn number 1 to hold on to that P1 place.
Hunted by 26 cars.
So the cars will, there you can see the lights have gone out on the safety car. Rest of the DTM drivers, Rennie Rast, who's P9. So cars will be invited to go side by side. Well, not invited, they'll be told to. That's the deal. So
I would deny the invitation if it was an invitation. Well, so into the last corner.
This is going to be such a fight to the finish.
I'm sweating in my hands. This is
It
great.
is, I have to say, the Indy style restart is such a spectacle. So the cars go side by side.
They did touch.
Almost.
That was touchy. We only have 2 minutes left.
We do have only 2 minutes left, and Marco Wittmann, of course, is in that mix because he came in for a second stop, and therefore, although you can see him there in P5, that is not the case. as all the cars head towards the line now, and Nick Cassidy does a good job of maintaining that P1 position, but the fight is going to come into turn number 1. All the cars lead into this turn, and if they all make it through with no contact, what a brilliant restart that was.
Amazing.
Of course, the temperature has gone out of the tyres, so they've got to try and regenerate the temperature into those tyres. When you're behind the safety car, you're not at race speed, therefore you're not generating the same level of temperature. Oh my goodness, now I can see some raindrops on that camera.
See it. I saw it too.
Oh, that's what we need, isn't it? And just when we didn't think it could become any more dramatic, Benoit Trellier involved in a real battle here. So you can see the Mike Rockenfeller car 2 cars ahead, and Benoit Trellier doing a very good job here in P13 at the moment. Will it stay this way? Bear in mind, Marco Wittmann is a back-marking car. Oh, and Mike Rockenfeller's around. So Mike Rockenfeller, who's that gone around? It's not really, no, it's a Super GT car that's gone around.
That's the 39.
Okay, well spotted.
Yeah, Nakayama.
Amy. Oh, Cassidy is fighting for grip now. So Cassidy fighting for grip. Perhaps the rain is coming down. I just saw Cassidy sliding through that turn. He's being chased, of course, but we're going to get. When's he going to cross the timing line here? Because we're going to get 2 more laps, I think. So Cassidy has got it all under control, it would appear. Here's Sugoi and Yamashita then fighting over that P4 place.
Oh, I just noticed that Yamashita, this is his last race at the Super GT.
Oh!
Well, not set yet, but he is going to drive in the WC next year, so.
Okay.
Yeah, because it overlaps with the schedule. I think this is, his graduation.
So he wants to finish on a high.
Yeah.
So Cassidy then, who, you know, and that's the measure of a great driver, because under the pressure of a restart, you know, with so little time left on the clock, you know, he could have so easily fallen prey, but no, kept his head, did a great job at the restart, and Sukakoshi, who is chasing, is some 9/10ths behind. We're going to have one more lap after the conclusion of this lap. That will be the +1 lap. Because we've done the 55 minutes. Benoit Trellier is on a bit of a charge here because he's in P7. He wants to do better than that if he can. He's ahead of René Rast. Benoit then, and we go on board with him now, running in that P7, but P5 is a potential possibility for him here if he can get ahead of the cars ahead. So as they long drag into turn number 1, where's Trellier going to go? My bet is to the inside, but I'm wrong. He goes wide outside. Now he'll try and cut underneath both of them, surely. Indeed so. So this fight that is going on, we're on board with Benoit then for the independent WRT team. And look at this as they're fighting. Benoit up on the inside. 3 abreast we go. Absolutely great. He's picked off one. No, he hasn't, because he comes back at him. So now Benoit has 1 car ahead of him. Can he get past that as well? It's been an extraordinary late charge from him. In the meantime, Nick Cassidy is under pressure now from Sukakoshi, who's really brought the gap down. But I think he's probably left it too late. I think Cassidy has got it all under control here. So Nick Cassidy then makes his way through that left-hander. I think grip is really challenging. I wonder whether there are some raindrops coming down. You can see the drivers taking slightly different lines now. But Cassidy, surely he has done enough. He will go down in the history books as the driver that qualified P1 and finishes the first ever dream race by being the race winner. Cassidy wins from Sukakoshi and Yamamoto.
Well done. This was really...
So there, the ticker on the left-hand side of your screen. Cassidy wins from Sukakoshi and Yamamoto. Yamamoto, then is Yamashita, Suboi, Benoit Trellier, P6. What a great drive from him. Sekaguchi takes P7, Rennie Rast P8, Tachikawa P9, and Muto P10.
P10.
What a great result for Muto.
Great comeback.
And Nick Cassidy, congratulations, race winner.
He just signed the history. This is amazing. Wow. I mean, it was so, you know, the time, he never dropped like more than 2 seconds. Perfect. Perfect racing.
So congratulations being offered.
Pole to win.
I know.
On the very first race.
P1 to P1. Good job. What a great comeback. A great fight back, if you like, from Benoit in that WRT team. And they're pretty happy in the garage, as you can see.
Ooh, oh my God, there was so much drama. We had a safety car today.
Well, tell you what, 55 minutes plus a lap went. Just like that.
Just like that. I don't remember if I even, took a breath. Did I?
Yeah, you did.
It was so exciting. Wow.
So Cassidy, Tsukakoshi and Yamamoto, the 1, 2, 3, and the cars making their way back to the pit lane now. And this is great to see as the marshals wave the flags then as the first dream race of 2 this weekend is completed. And well, the top 5 places go with regards to the Super GT cars. The quickest of the DTMs, Benoit Trellier, taking that P6. Then it was Rennie Rast, P8. Mike Rockefeller actually turned that car around and finished P13 ahead of Kamui Kobayashi. Then was Marco Wittmann, P18. And of course, Alex Zanardi and Loic Duval. Well, Loic Duval didn't make it onto the grid. Alex Zanardi, sort of a punctuated race for him, really, with a technical issue. But it was good to see him out on the track. And of course, another day to come tomorrow.
We have the onboard of Yamamoto, and his partner was Jensen Button, so
yes.
Jensen must be happy for him too.
Yes, and of course Jensen was one of those drivers at Hockenheim. So the cars all going into the pit lane. Marco Wittmann, of course, was one of those that was out of position, if you like, at the restart because he'd made 2 pit stops, hadn't he?
He did. Yes, he did.
I'm still absolutely convinced that when we saw the Ronnie Quintarelli car right at the start of the race,
I know.
I'm clearly wrong, but
but I mean, there is no one. There wouldn't have been another reason why he dropped that much.
Well,
so that was.
Cars will park up behind P1, P2, and P3, and Nick Cassidy celebrates then. Well done, sir. Great job done.
I wonder what those stars on his helmet are. Looks like a Dragon Ball to me. We have the Japanese mangas, and the Dragon Ball just looks like that.
Great job he did.
This was amazing. Really, congratulations, Nick.
And for the thousands of race fans that are here, Amy, they have been treated to a fantastic race, haven't they?
Yes. For sure, that was pure entertainment. I mean, I had so much fun, I must say.
So Cassidy with crash helmet off then, starts to smile.
Great teamwork as well.
Well, of course, as every race driver says, you win and lose as a team, don't you? The driver is the guy that's out there pedaling the car, but of course, behind every successful driver, there is a great team of people that work behind the scenes as well.
And today we had the 1 pit stop with the tire change, so yeah, teamwork, pure teamwork, and it was quick, I must say.
But how much of that did he deliver in qualifying? Because he was just,
Sure.
And what, of course, it will also do is it will make him plumb favourite for tomorrow. Because he will go into tomorrow's race being buoyed with confidence. Yeah. And here we can see in replay as he took to the, I thought he was going to take to the roof of the car, but he wasn't that ambitious. He just stood on the door sill. pretty happy with that race winner, deservedly so too. Well done, Nick Cassidy, race winner of the first of the Dream Race is this weekend, and there the podium awaits. The drivers, of course, all have to be weighed before heading up towards the podium. There is René Rast, and he will have taken an awful lot out of today's race, and you know, finishing P8, you know, when you consider again, you know,
yeah,
it
the position he started.
It just reinforced how important that quali was. Right, the provisional result then, Nick Cassidy from Kodai Tsukakoshi, then it's Naoki Yamamoto, Kenta Yamashita, Sho Suboi, Benoit Trellier, P6, Yuhi Sekiguchi, P7, P8 was René Rast, then it was Tachikawa, and Muto for P10. Please explain why that's such an incredible result for him.
For Muto, yeah, he had a huge crush at free practice, and well, they managed to bring the car back, and that is amazing. You know, with the you have some pain in your heart as well,
Sure.
but he made it back on P10. That is amazing. That's a great job, and well done to the team to bring the car back.
Because
Big applause, I must say.
they will have worked extensively, won't they?
I don't think they slept at all. Wow.
So super slow-mos of the top three then, and Naoki Yamamoto takes P3 for the #1 car. P2, Kodai Tsukakoshi in the number 17 NSX GT. And no mistaking the slow-mo of the keeper Tom's LC500 of Nick Cassidy, who took that car from P1 in qualifying to P1 in the Dream Race. Great job done by Nick Cassidy. And there he is, having been weighed, just awaiting the podium ceremonies to get underway, and Nick Cassidy will be on the top step of said podium.
And that's Tsukakoshi, P2. Well done as well. I must say the 17 car, the NSX with Tsukakoshi, we are not having that car in that color back next year, so it's kind of the last race for the car as well. So good to have it on the podium. So up they go.
Heading off towards the podium right now. And we follow their progress as they make their way.
But a picture before that.
Naturally.
Yeah.
So the 1, 2, 3 together then for the mandatory photograph, of course.
That was great battle. Well, Nick didn't have too much battle. It was just the last few laps. Else he was on his own. Super great speed on track.
To be
That was
fair to him,
amazing.
he had to keep his head down
Yeah.
because it could go so wrong.
Obviously,
We've
yeah.
seen it so many times at restarts where, you know, particularly, you know, and he would have felt very wronged because he had such a huge lead through no fault of his own. Was the safety car called for? But hey, that's racing, isn't it? You have to take it, and he did and executed it perfectly.
Yep, and he kept it.
So the drivers will be heading up to the podium now. There is the race-winning car, that number 37 car, driven by Nick Cassidy. And the car will go into Parc Fermé then, before, of course, qualifying to come, because everything starts at 0 tomorrow. You've got to do qualifying all over again and try and get yourself the best possible grid position to start the second of the Dream Races, which comes tomorrow. Thing is, the DTM drivers and teams will have taken so much out of a race duration today in terms of data, and they will be looking at that. And there is Mike Rockefeller with Dieter Gas, the head of Audi Motorsport, on the left-hand side of your picture there. And Mike and Dieter having a conversation there about his perhaps his spin right at the end of the race.
Sorry, I must look at the bear in the back.
Oh yes,
That's the Toyota Lexus Kumakichi.
very well noted. So P13 for Mike Rockefeller, finishing ahead of Kamui Kobayashi in P14. And what I should have done was shut up then and let you listen into that, because of course you speak so many languages, you'd have been able to tell me what Mike was saying.
Well, but you know, today's qualifying was on wet tires. Tomorrow, the forecast for now looks like a dry day.
You say for now with
For
not too much confidence or
not too much
conviction.
confidence, because it's been so unpredictable this week. You know, the rain and the everything. But yeah, on my radar, I say again.
Yes, yes.
On my radar, it's not gonna rain, and I hope and I wish.
Well, there was Nick Cassidy then taking the checkered flag as some of the spectators make their way out of the heading up towards the podium so that they can enjoy the podium celebrations. This fantastic main grandstand here at Fuji, which is directly opposite our studio, if you like, where we're broadcasting from right now.
We have a great view.
We do have a great view, and very comfortable it is here too. And so there, everyone assembled below the podium, ready for the podium ceremony. And
These are the race queen, we call them.
yes,
Yeah, from the 17 car team. 2 girls. We have this, you know, in Super GT we have the culture of the race queen still,
Yes.
and it's big, and look how cute they look, you know.
absolutely.
It's great because racing is obviously male dominant, so it's good to have some girls who, you know, brighten it up a bit.
So there, young
And
race
there's
fan.
a
That's
fan.
great to see, isn't it? Great to see. And the anthem plays out, I believe. Maybe not the anthem, that was more just to invite
That
everyone
was
up
an
there.
opening
Yes.
sound.
Fanfare, I think is the...
Fanfare. That's exactly, yeah.
So the driver's about to make their way out onto the podium. Top step, of course, P1 to the left as you look at the picture now, P2, then to the right-hand side is P3.
So the podium ceremony, we're going to do it the Super GT way.
Okay,
I
which
heard.
is?
A bit longer.
Oh, okay.
We have so many, you know, cups and so many prizes to give
Yeah.
out, so yeah. We'll
Well,
see it all.
I look forward to you talking us through that.
Well, calling the winner, Cassidy. Second position, Kodai Tsukakoshi.
Good camaraderie between all the drivers.
Nick's flag is bigger. Ascent on P3, Naoki Yamamoto.
Well, he's still got his flag filled up.
And we have the director of the Thomas team.
And jolly good job he's done in directing as well. And there we can see chairman of the DTM, Gerhard Berger there.
Oh, he's going to be the presenter.
Making the trophy presentation to Nick Cassidy. Second place trophy presented, and tell you what, Gerhard's a pretty quick trophy presenter, isn't he?
That was good. The director looks pretty relieved, right? So we have an Autobacks award given by the presenter. He's from Autobax.
Magnificent trophy. Lovely trophy, that is. All the trophies looking really, really good.
And
what's next?
The next one is the J Sports performance show, the best performance show. So they pick it every after race, the team who did the best performance, and who will it be? He is from J Sports. Who did he pick? It goes to the winner.
But that isn't always a given,
No,
is it?
it's not always the winner. It's the team maybe did a great comeback or
Yes.
a great battle, or yeah. J Sports is the official broadcasting for the Super GT series. 50,000 yen.
That's all right, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, that's enough for a big party.
Yep, yep. So as we continue with the trophy presentations then, all the presenters will get together for the photographs as well. Trophies held high. Photographs to be taken by the world's media, of course, with the focus on this extraordinary achievement as Super GT and DTM come together here in this dream race this weekend in Fuji. Gerhard there just offering instructions. Yeah. Think you're going to get me, think again, I'll be off.
The next picture would be only the drivers.
Yeah. What a season Nick Cassidy has had. Supremely dominant in
The performance.
single seaters.
He was still in the championship for the Super GT series
Yeah.
as well until the final round, but just couldn't take it. But yeah, I mean, he said in an interview that it has been a perfect season for
Yes,
him.
yes.
Looking back, every single race was great, and the only disappointment was, I won't mention it again, but Hockenheim, and then now he just overwriting his memory. So we go to...
This is very formal in terms of the way that the
the Fuji
I like it.
Speedway track girls, I would say. So this is not champagne.
No.
It's sparkling sake, because we're in Japan. It's sake.
It has plenty of fizz to it.
Taking the shower.
The track PA presenter has got some go in him, hasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
So there we are. Podium done and dusted. Nick Cassidy victorious in the first of the dream races this weekend. Great job done, sir. You're right, the podium ceremonies are longer, aren't they?
It depends on the circuit. Some circuits have more.
Yep. Oh, really?
The prefecture award and blah blah award and all this.
Just
all
looking
the
behind me,
different
when does catering come in for us?
Oh, we have Verena there, so we might get an interview.
Yes, I'm sure we will. So there you can see Verena trying to line up our race winner, Nick Cassidy. Let's hear from him now, race winner.
So congratulations to a perfect race. I mean, starting in pole, ending in victory, that's really amazing. You wrote history today, so congratulations to that. But honestly, when just a few minutes before the end, the safety car came and the Indy restart, seriously, how were your nerves right there? Did you get a little nervous?
Yeah, well, look, first of all, I'm really happy. I mean, I'm only doing one race this weekend, so to have a day like today with pole and the victory, perfect day. Really big thanks to my team. Tom's, our sponsors, Keeper and Red Bull, TRD, Lexus. It's my final race with the LC 500, and in Japan we've had this car for 3 years. It's been quite successful, and so it's nice to finish like that. About the restart, honestly, it's not the thing that you're wanting. Like, I felt safe. I mean, I'd run long into the race, I'd box after everyone else, so I knew I was okay for tires and speed, but you don't know what's going to happen at turn 1, so it was interesting.
Very interesting, but you did everything right. So congratulations, and thank you so much, Nick. And back to the commentator.
Thanks so much. Well done, Nick. And of course, as I said earlier on, the teams will be now full of confidence, won't they, that Ryo Hirakawa in the car tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. That was perfect pronunciation.
Thank you. I'm going to get a house point before the end of this broadcast. So Ryo in the car tomorrow. So the team are going to be supremely confident with the car. Now, Naoki Yamamoto, what a great job he did. Let's hear from him now. He's with Verena.
And here's the man who ended up on P3, so congratulations, Naoki, from P3, starting in P3 and then ending on the podium. That's super. I mean, you gave it all, your all, and it was getting really exciting in the end with the safety car and everything. So are you happy with the P3?
Yeah, I'm happy, but not satisfied because we have a good potential car, but result was same qualifying position. But we have a pickup issue. Pickup means no grip and loose grip, so which is really tough during the race. But at the end, finally, I got podium, the third place. So I'm looking forward to the tomorrow race, second race.
Oh, so are we. So thank you so much, Naoki. And yeah, that was it from the Fuji Speedway. And yeah, it's raining now, so let's see what the weather brings tomorrow. That's for sure. It's going to be super exciting. And make sure to watch out and join us tomorrow. So now here are the highlights of today. Enjoy. And yeah, we're going to go into the dry now. So thank you so much for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
広場 DTM の前にて予選1勝